Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Philosophy Pebble. In the last episode, we delivered Norbert to, some people on brooms. And in this episode, we're going to hopefully escape from the library, and in doing so, accidentally maybe run into the Mirror of ERISED. I think we do. Again, I'm not quite sure, but I think we do. We also have Mrs. Norris to care about this time around, and she can actually see through the cloak. So she is an issue, because the moment she sees me, I gotta run for... She can also fly, apparently. Did you see that? that wasn't a jump. That was just straight up my people need me. Okay, let's think about this logically. We flipando this one, which doesn't face Filch at all for reasons. I climb up onto air. Again, this game is amazing. It works so well all of the time. And then we do other things. I don't have any memory of this place at all. But I think we might have just done it. Is that everything we need to do in this first room? I think that might be everything we need to do in this first room. That is not a lot. Surely there's more rooms to come though, right? So, question. Just stupid question. I'm glad that you didn't. But if you know that Mrs. Norris is in that room and you trust her to do her job, why wouldn't you look into the room you're protecting? Oh, I hear Filch. And Filch better not hear me. I don't think I can get up to bookcases from here, so I'm going to need to move my ass over to this side of the library. And you know what? I kind of like you there. Please stay there. That was almost very bad. I need to find one that I can push over with Flipando, most likely. Though I don't know where, because I don't see any. So that's Mrs. Norris, which still just headbutting. Yep, you're still failing. Again, I'm totally fine with that. Can I just jump on this way? No, I can't. I mean, neither can Mrs. Norris, so that's good. Yeah, you will. Definitely catch me. Are these bookcases lower? Can I jump onto these? I totally can! Oh, that's nearly happened to Snick again, because I keep forgetting that's actually a character in this game.
How's the bean collecting? Friend George are up to their usual tricks, I presume?
Is it? Okay, so canonically, I don't think even ghosts can see through the invisibility cloak. That's a weird one. I'm fairly certain canonically they can... Oh. Well, that might have made things a little easier. But that... Also, this leads somewhere. Sure. No, it does not. It leads to a couple of beans, and that is about it. We need to go the other direction. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing... I mean, other than Mad Eye's eye, that one can definitely... see through the cloak, which is mind-boggling, and feels like a little bit of an inconsistency in writing, and maybe, don't kill me for this, but maybe JK didn't have every little detail figured out as she was writing every single book. Maybe the whole Deathly Hallows thing wasn't planned out, at least the fact that Harry had one of them, and the invisibility cloak and stuff like that, wasn't planned out as far back as book 4, and nobody can fault her for that, but I do think that she gets a lot of credit for having everything figured out from the start, while she didn't. That's all I'm going to say, but damn it! I had it. I almost had it. I mean, I can run faster than Filch for... Again, reasons. I'm not magically running faster. I am an 11-year-old kid running faster than an adult, which, depending on their condition they're in, that might be reasonable. Because, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know plenty of adults, especially like, how old would Filch be? I always imagine him in like his early to mid 60s. So, maybe at that point, he's just like kind of breaking down because he has to do a lot of manual labor, which is not very like nice on the body, right? So, to a certain extent, it might actually make a little bit of sense that he can't keep up with me. Then again, I'm going to repeat what I've said a lot of times. It's a gameplay thing. Don't think about it too much. It's a gameplay thing. And usually I think that is it's often used as an argument, right? Don't think about it too much. It's just a gameplay thing. And usually I think that is a pretty weak argument because as a game designer, it also is part of your job. Fuck you, cat. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. The way this works is Miss Norris. Is it Miss or Mrs. Norris? It has to be Miss Norris, right? Oh, fuck. Sees me and then goes get Filch, which gives me time to get out of where I was. But that's how it works in the books, in the movies, in just general logic. Just touching the cat shouldn't give me instant death. That would be one hell of a cat, though. Just like touching it. That doesn't seem like a very good idea, because cats are evil. I love cats, don't get me wrong. I am much more of a cat person than a dog person. I am both. I love both. But I like cats more than I like dogs. Yet, I do accept the fact that cats are in fact evil. Cats are very, very evil, and if you had a cat that would instantly kill you upon touching, that cat would wipe out the human population as we know it. That is just a fact. It would. The only reason cats haven't taken over the planet yet is because they are so outnumbered. It's insane. It's kind of ridiculous how outnumbered they are. And outpowered, mostly, if you only talk about, like, house cats. I don't necessarily know about, like, if you take lions and tigers and, like, cheetahs and all those kind of cats into account. They'd probably still be fairly outnumbered, I imagine. And if you take into account that we have, like, things like bombs, they're still kind of outpowered. But if they could instant, like, kill, just like, the moment they touch you, surely there's some animals that can do that through, like, very aggressive poison. Or toxins, I guess it is. Because poisonous is when you eat something and you die. And, bite is sometimes enough. And venomous is when something bites you and you die. Not even necessarily dying, just getting sick is enough for it to be poisonous or venomous, I guess. Have you ever seen... you shouldn't look this up, because it is kind of disturbing to watch, but also very interesting, because... Have you ever seen what happens when a venomous snake accidentally bites itself? Because they die. If they bite themselves... The poison, obviously, they have in their fangs doesn't circulate in the bloodstream. Which means that when it does, hence when they bite themselves, they don't deal with it very well, and they they kill themselves when they bite themselves accidentally. And that happens, and you can find video of that happening. Again, I recommend not doing that, because you're literally just watching a snake have a seizure. And it doesn't look very fun. Even if you don't like snakes, it's not a particularly fun thing to watch. I don't know why that came up. This is the Mirror of ERISED, which, again... I don't think I like the fact that they combined these two. I understand why they combined the two chapters. But from a story perspective, I don't like the fact that they did. Then again, are you really playing this for the story, or are you playing this... The story is more of a means to an end than it is a reason to play this game. The story is just to get you from place to place and from challenge to challenge. But this also, like, troubles me a lot because in the book, they get caught after the astronomy tower and have to go to the forest. In the movie, which I guess this is more based on the movie, they get caught in Hagrid's hut and have to go to the tower, to the forest. I guess they can still get caught in Hagrid's hut. And since this is more so based on the movie, that would make a certain amount of sense. Anyway, I think this is going to be the last room we have to do, and then next episode we can do the forest. And then episode after that we might have the final bit of the game, because I don't think there's a lot more to do. Which means that we'll have like 2 more episodes after this, at least. Potentially 3, depending on how long things take. But before we do that, we first need to do... Well, that's not obvious at all. I'm very glad that I add the particle factor there. Wait, is this just... This is just it. I'm out of here. I've just escaped. I don't need to do another room? Do I? I honestly don't know. I prefer to know though, because if so, I can end off this episode. But I'm still in the invisibility cloak, so I'm sure that there's 1 more room I need to go through. Yeah, this seems like I still need to go through a room. But I don't see Filch or Mrs. Norris anywhere. Again, is it Mrs. Norris? Because I feel like it's Mrs. Norris in every single time like we hear and read it in the books. But it's a cat! Yeah. Yeah, it's Mrs. But a cat... no, it can't be. Because Mrs. is what you use when you're married. That's the whole thing about the English language, which honestly, I think it's kind of stupid that there's 2 different words for a female person, which we call a woman. I'm very sorry. For a woman when she's married and when she's not married, it's kind of stupid that we have 2 different words for that in the English language. Well, as far as I am aware, like most languages don't really have that. It's kind of weird that that is a thing. But it's even like... Don't... It's even weird that you call the cat Mrs. Norris rather than Miss Norris, because... Fuck! I guess Miss Norris doesn't have the same, like, ring to it, and Mrs. Norris does sound better, like, just based on things like cadence and that kind of stuff. But it's still a little bit weird, because that implies that she's married to, like, a cat named something like Mr. Norris. Where's Mr. Norris? That's the whole thing, right? Because we've got Miss and Mrs. and Mr. Why doesn't... Okay, somebody... If anybody knows the answer to this, I'm genuinely curious to hear this. Wrong button. Is there a male equivalent to the difference between Miss and Mrs.? Like, Mr. and Master? I don't fucking know. Because I'm just really, like, baffled by the fact that we have those words. Like, why does a woman, when she gets married... I know that her last name changes, and we're living in 2020, and I don't know what it's like in, like, other countries around the world, but not even necessarily you have to change your name anymore when you get married. As a matter of fact, legally, at least, over here, where I live in the Netherlands, as the man, you can actually change your last name to the woman's last name. So... You could just, like, reverse roles entirely there. Or you could hyphenate the names, just pick one of the 2 names for you both. Whatever. You could, oh, my face cam is gone. One moment. I don't know how long it's been gone, but we will be fixing that right away. That's the downside to recording. I'm just not going to cut a hat, by the way. That's the downside to recording for an hour at a time, is sometimes my battery runs out when I don't check it before recording. I think it should have only been like a couple of minutes in rows, so let's turn on the camera again. Also, I probably should just be using a webcam rather than an actual camera, because that can't run out of battery and that kind of stuff. It is now back on, and any moment now you should see me reappear in the overlay. There we go. I hope, there's a chance that this is not the case, but I hope that the delay is the same. Because sometimes the delay is ever so slightly different with the capture card I use for the camera, which is really annoying because I've got the delay all programmed in to my capture software, so that I don't have to bother with trying to sync up things too much in the editing. Because I don't do a lot of editing, especially in these videos. Well, I do a lot of editing, but not for YouTube-related stuff. I guess the top 10s and retrospects and that kind of stuff, I haven't really done much of that lately, though. Something that I have done recently is everything... everything wrong with Pokemon Gen 1. Required a little bit of editing, but even not that much. That's just like cutting up footage and like putting some images on it. It's not that much like editing work at all. Also, I don't know why I need to lift both of those weights, because clearly if one of those weights is even like halfway up, you could probably get through it. But if one of those weights is all the way up, why do you need the other one to be up as well? Unless it's like tied to some kind of locking mechanism, but I don't think it is. I think it's literally just blocking the door. I'm always... This is probably the most like nerve-wracking and scary part of the game for me. And now you go block the door, right? And I have to flipando a vase. That is how this works. Because I did see those things. Let's see. Yeah, you're not allowed to see me. Flipando. Wait, you didn't go check that out? We have more peeves. It would have been more fun if I had to flipando a vase, rather than Peeves just Deus Ex Peevesing. Well, it's not... It wouldn't be Deus Ex Peeves, it would be Peeves Ex Machina. We still have Mrs. Norris to deal with, though. But we can just, like, Avada Kedavra. let's just murder the cat. Nobody likes that cat. I like cats, I don't like that cat. And then we have to use Flipando to get rid of Mrs. Norris. Okay, that actually is acceptable and makes a certain amount of sense. That all being said, we have a Fred and George thing to take care of, and they can't see us because we're under the cloak. That makes perfect sense. Can we go down there as well? I think we can. Let's do that before we end of this episode, because I think we like get a chocolate frog card or a wizard card from them, and then we're getting close to the end of the game. Again, this is being recorded the Monday of the week this goes up. So the last episode that went up as of me recording this is the Lumos episode, which did quite well in views, but like retention was like 0.2%, with like a second or 2 seconds. So wasn't that great, gonna be honest with you. So I'm very curious to see how the rest of this series plays out after that one episode did very well on the search engines.
That's all the beans we need. Thanks, Harry. We couldn't have done it without you. Here's a wizard card for you.
But we're going to slowly but surely start ending this episode.
Thanks, Harry. We really needed this.
Who is that?
Remember,
Is that wearing a Ravenclaw?
it'll be our secret.
I don't know. I just always assume that these cards are the Hogwarts founders. I think there's like 30 of them in this game, so clearly it can't all be them. It would be an improvement if, when collecting a card, it gave you the name of the witch or wizard that you're collecting a card of. But let's go check that out, because this episode isn't long enough, as it is already. Well, the 7 times 5 or 7 times 4? No, the 7 times 4. So that is like, what, 14, 28, almost 30. I was very close to being correct there. Yeah, this is definitely Ravenclaw. That's not Ravenclaw, never mind. It looked very much like that would be Ravenclaw. It is Rowena Ravenclaw. I'm a genius. Holy crap. I didn't expect to be right. But I was. I also need to go to a point where the game automatically saves for me to end up this episode. This week's been filled with fairly lengthy episodes for Harry Potter. The first one was like 20 minutes, then we had 25 minutes. I think this one is coming up on 25 minutes as well. Maybe the last one was even close to 30 minutes. I don't know. Let's get out of here and back to probably the forest is up next. We go to the forest in this game, right? We have to. Surely.
Search the secret of the Sorcerer's Stone. It could produce the elixir of life.
I wish I could skip the cutscenes, because I know at least after this cutscene, I think the game will autosave, because we had a loading screen just now anyway, so that usually means autosaving as well. I'm very impressed, by the way, that these kids figure that out. Because that is some insane logic to jump to. Very impressive insane logic, but insane nonetheless.
Very suspicious lately. He may be planning to steal the Sorcerer's Stone.
Are we just going to the 3rd floor now?
Try anything while Dumbledore's around.
But Dumbledore left 10
No.
minutes ago for the Ministry of Magic in London.
That must mean
We're not doing the forest in this game? Okay, we're not doing the forest in this game.
What about Filch? He's always watching the Forbidden Corridor.
we'll just have to take our chances again.
I am. Next episode is the last one. See you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday. Monday is supposed to be on. Tuesday, yeah. See you guys on Tuesday with the last episode of whatever this series has turned out to be so far. For now, I really do need to be going to get lunch, because it's fairly late for lunch. And I see a save book, so that is a perfect moment for us to end off these episodes, and next episode we'll be back finishing up the first game in the Harry Potter series, and after that, again, there might be some Rayman content, there might be more Harry Potter, depending on how these last few episodes do. Until then, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to me if you've enjoyed this video, so hopefully you have. I'll see you all back next time with the last episode of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Philosophy Pebble. Bye.